Alright, I have watched an anime recently called Darwin Incident. There's so much to say and so little I'm able to actually say. It's strange how when something elicits very strong feelings, it becomes so difficult to actually be articulate. Right. So this is an anime which I would not recommend, would recommend, and both would be in pretty equal measure. There are gut-wrenching moments, silly goofy action sequences, and realistic hope-crushing developments. It's strange how it bounces between being so painfully realistic with humanity, philosophy, and hypocrisy, yet also have a superhero chimpanzee man taking on small merc armies on his own. All this is also unfinished, which is probably the biggest issue of all. And this is definitely the kind of story that needs a finale. Nobody here rides out into the sunset and leaves the viewer satisfied, and it's not something that you can just pick up, enjoy, and move on. I need an ending here, and thus far there really isn't one. So what is it about? 15 years ago, an illegal animal experimentation facility gets raided by the animal rights activists. Among many discoveries, a chimpanzee was found pregnant and about to miscarry. The baby was saved and found to be a hybrid of a human and his mother, and only one of its kind, with beneficial traits from both, smarter and stronger than either. But the society struggles to come to terms with this new discovery, as Charlie enrolls in a regular high school in the United States, Minnesota. What did I enjoy? And that is a bit of a misnomer, because I wouldn't say being sick to my stomach enjoyable. Stasis, the video game by the Super Bischoff Bros, is a great example of that. Unforgettable experience to my dismay. I sometimes do wish I could stop thinking about some of the things I saw. Yet it's very good, just traumatizing. This isn't on the same level, but it's the same kind of idea, well, parts of it. For the most part, Darwin Incident or Jihen is largely about talking, philosophy behind animal and human rights, vegan beliefs, and various societal issues stemming from something new and unknown stepping into the equation. However, there is a particular moment close to the middle where a very visceral thing happens, and this could be a spoiler, but I won't really say what happens or why, yada yada yada, it's just the event itself. A school shooting. And it's horrific. I mean, yeah, duh, I'm not gonna have comedies about that, but it's done so... I don't want to say well, but that's the most fitting word here. I felt sick watching that. I did not want to keep watching for a bit. I needed to take a moment to just walk away and breathe. This was excruciating. It wasn't glorified, and it wasn't played as a pure shock factor. It simply was. Just was. And that's the idea I truly appreciate in this, because behind everything in this anime is realism. And there are some truly despicable people out there. Some of them are highly intelligent, who are hell-bent on stopping at nothing to get what they want. But that's neither here nor there. It's how the society responds, how normal people react, how those on the other side, the scapegoats, feel. How hopeless it all seems. This is what is so brilliant here. This is the genius part, what I applaud. Besides that, I did find the action fairly enjoyable. I would consider it a fairly minor part, but it's something what made me notice the anime in the first place. I've seen a short clip and seen Charlie dismantle those goons without issue by pulling off such stunts. That was pretty damn cool. But it's simply not the main appeal here. What is important though is the character development. All of them, but the one I would especially praise is a downright irrelevant character at first who proceeds to become my absolute favorite. Which is a gigantic spoiler, so I would just stop at that. It was a great natural progression for that character, and I so dearly wish more writers could nail this kind of thing down. As far as the issues go, I would point out a few things. First, the main villain is a bit cartoony, let's call it that. The ideas behind him are fine, but his inability to get subdued and stopped are just silly. Second, and like I said, it is the length-ish. The story isn't over, not by a long shot. Season 1 doesn't really cover it. Third is a huge reveal at the end undermines a lot of the important bits. It felt like a stupid retcon. Honestly, the entire last episode doesn't really play out very well. The scene in a supermarket is a great example. the animation is just sloppy. It's like their budget ran out, so they stapled it together at the last moment. The idea behind it is good, but the execution, the animation, the blank expression, and the clumsy silence, it's subpar at best. So, that's kind of it. There's a lot to say, but I do not want to spoil it too much. Like I said, this is a significantly more interesting anime as a way to question the society as a whole instead of just a story about a chimp man. I just wish there was more.